Welcome on back, everybody, and welcome to another 3-round mock draft on the channel. My name is Absolute Illusion. You can also call me Colton. Today, we are going to be doing the Las Vegas Raiders, who hold the number 17 pick in the 2021 NFL Draft. So far in the free agency period, the Raiders have been busy. They've definitely been busy trying to shore up their defensive line. They got Yannick Ngakoue. They've definitely done a pretty good job of getting their defensive line better. They need a lot more pressure on the quarterback. They got Quentin Jefferson, Solomon Thomas, and Jonathan Hankins, which re-signing back Jonathan Hankins, obviously, to try to give them a little bit of a better interior defensive line. They brought Richie Incognito back, got Nick Martin, Denzel Good, Nicholas Moreau. They did sign Kenyon Drake to a 2-year deal. Which is, I think that he's a great complimentary back number 2. So I am more than happy. Like they've done a pretty dang good job so far this free agency period to fix some of the holes that they've definitely had. There is definitely some players that I think that could be very, very useful to them. One player in particular in the first round. Hopefully he ends up still falling to us. But we're gonna figure it out here as we go. Obviously, 3-round mock draft. I'm gonna set it on slow so we can watch it all unfold. We obviously know exactly where they're going to go with number 1. I don't even need to explain it. Trevor Lawrence was number 1. Zach Wilson, number 2, makes a lot of sense. Aziz, oh, what on earth is happening? These crazy, oh my gosh. The Dolphins just drafted Azeez Ojulari. Probably the 3rd best defensive end in the draft. Maybe 4th, depending on how you feel about Greg Rousseau. And they just drafted him number 3 overall. I mean, I guess whatever floats your boat, but what are you doing? Kyle Pitts going there. Jalen Waddle's going there. Trey Lance goes there. Justin Fields goes to the Broncos. Interesting. So that would mean that they are moving on from their third-year quarterback. Mac Jones goes to the San Francisco 49ers. Interesting. I don't mind that. Rashawn Slater goes there. Vikings grab Christian Darrisaw. Don't mind that. Nice left tackle pick. It also depends on what they end up doing in free agency with all of that. We do have an option to trade here. Drop back to 26, pick up a 3rd. Drop back to 29, pick up a 3 and a 5. And drop all the way back to 58, pick up a 1 next year and a 5. I am going to decline all of these. The player that I want is on the board. And actually, there's a whole nother player on the board that I could look at. And that is Micah Parsons. My goodness. Now, I do love Micah Parsons overall. However, there is a player that I think would be a lot more designed to fit the Raiders scheme, and this is just my personal preference. If you didn't check the description, I am not a professional. I don't do any of this professionally. This is all just my personal opinion on things, on where I think teams might go with everything. I am going to take Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. I know, before everyone starts to yell at me in the comment section. Micah Parsons is there on the board. I get it. Micah Parsons is a freak of nature that just kind of, he doesn't have a set role yet, I don't think. Whereas Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah is going to come in and be a flat-out great player for the Raiders on day 1, and he fits exactly their scheme, I think. I think he is their probably perfect plug-and-play fit into their scheme. So I love that pick there for them. I know Micah Parsons is probably the better player overall right off the bat, but I think you pick the player that you think is going to be a better day 1 starter for your team. So I think Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah is their pick there. Trayvon Moehrig goes 22. I don't mind that. The Washington football team got Micah Parsons. Their defense just got a whole lot scarier. Christian Barmore going to the Browns. I like Jalen Phillips going there. I like Greg Rousseau goes to the Saints. That's solid. Both Miami defensive ends went one right after the next. Eric Stokes goes. Elijah Vera Tucker going there. That's a great pick for them. Kadarius Toney. Okay. Samuel Cosme. Nick Bolton. Okay. Interesting, interesting. We are getting a trade offer here to jump up to 37 from 48 and give up a 5 to do so. And you know what? I think I might actually do this. There might be a player on the board that I really, really want. And I really don't think he falls to 48. Giving up a 5 here, I am more than okay with to get rid of this here. Where is he here? Why am I just totally blanking on where the heck he is? I feel like I'm going crazy here. Nope, I am not. He's right there in front of my freaking face. It is Jalen Mayfield, 6'5", 319, starting offensive tackle in the NFL. There's no way he makes it to there, so if they can jump up just a little bit, give up a 5, and grab their starting offensive tackle for the future, I think that he is going to be a flat-out amazing player in the NFL. He is not as polished as some of the higher-end guys, but he has a lot of... what is the word? He has a lot of experience going up against very, very top-end type of players and everything like that. I think it actually says that in here. Yeah, after facing a murderer's row of pass rushers in his first season as a starter, having to block Yuta Gross-Matos, Chase Young, Jason Owe, Shaka Toney, Terrell Lewis, he's had to go up against unbelievable, talent every single year, and he has done very, very, very well. He's not the polished player that Rashawn Slater or some of the top end guys are, but he has all of the makings of a future or for a long time starter in the NFL. So I do love that pick there. Just getting rid of a 5th to grab exactly the player that you want, because there's no way he falls to 48 for you. And I think that he is the difference between him and the players that would be at 48 for them is a rather large difference. Sante Samuel Jr. goes right there. I like that. I actually like that pick for the Chargers. That's a really, really good pick. Landon Dickerson, Dylan Radins. I don't mind that one either. Alex Leatherwood, wow. The Washington football team is having a heck of a draft. That's a crazy good draft. And I believe, if I remember correctly, they have 2 third-round picks. One that they just got when they traded away their center, Rodney Hudson. And the player I want is on the board. I just don't think he's going to be there for us when we pick. Yeah, there's no way he's there for us when we pick. Come on. We pick back-to-back. Is he going to be there? He is not. He goes right there at 73. It was Richie Grant, the safety out of UCF. He's a player that I love coming out. Jumping up. I don't need to do that. I don't see a purpose to that. One of the other players I want is still on the board. Actually, there's 2 other players I want on the board, and I don't think I need to jump up to grab them. Wow, the Vikings just took the player I wanted at Josh Myers, so maybe I should have jumped up there. But that's all right. Nothing you can do in a situation like that. There's still some very, very, very solid players left on the board. A lot of players that I'm more than okay taking. Just got to decide which one I feel like taking now, though. You know what? We are going to look down just a little bit farther here. We are going to look at Paulson Adibo. His pro day that he just had was flat out unbelievable, and I was a really, really big fan of everything that he did. So I think that that's a phenomenal pick for them there. We already have an offensive tackle, so I don't know why it says that we need that. We definitely need interior offensive line and interior defensive line. But I think what I'm going to be looking at here is, yes, I'm not as high on the Florida State safety as some people are. Somebody who I've had an eye on for a while now, though, is Arderius Washington. He's a little bit smaller at 5'8", 179, but I think that once draft day comes around, you could see his name be called in the later end of the second round, even. I am gonna reach for him a little bit here. Just build up their secondary a little bit there. With Paulson Adibo and Arderius Washington. I love both of those players right there. Amon-Ra St. Brown's still on the board. I love Amon-Ra St. Brown. Whoever gets him is going to be getting an unbelievable player. Let's see here, though. I think that was our last pick. I think. Should be. Ben Cleveland could have been somebody I could have looked at as well as an unbelievably solid interior offensive lineman. I don't think the Raiders are done in free agency, though, so I definitely think that they will look to build their interior, their offensive line a little bit more as well. Wow, a lot of safeties went in this round. Holy crap. Benjamin St-Juste going right there. I've already talked about how much I love Benjamin St-Juste. I've had a lot of time to watch him being a gopher and all. Another safety goes off the board. Holy crapola. What am I saying? Who says crapola? What's wrong with me? Jeez. Whenever I record, I always say things that make no sense. We did make one trade in this draft, though. We did trade up to 37, ended up giving up a 5th-round selection as well. They took Elijah Molden. We grabbed Jalen Mayfield there. We ended up with 4 picks in the first 3 rounds. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, Jalen Mayfield, Paulson Adibo, and Arderius Washington. Definitely a defense-heavy type of a draft, but we did get our future right or left tackle. Wherever you want to throw Jalen Mayfield, he can play both. So I think of all 4 of them are probably day 1 starters. The only one who's maybe not is Paulson Adibo, depending on how they want to bring him along. Obviously, leave that up to the coaching staff, but I think he has all the makings to be a rotational player day 1. Could be a day 1 starter as well if he just shows up to training camp and wows everybody, as he did in the pro day. But I think you've got 3, if not 4, day 1 starters, so I think that you'd be very, very, very happy with this type of a draft. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments. If you guys think I'm completely insane, if you guys enjoyed these draft picks, definitely let me know. I like hearing what you guys have to think. Make sure you guys hit the like button if you guys did enjoy the video. Subscribe to the channel as well if you guys want to watch more of the content. Follow me on Twitter as well if you guys want all the updates on everything that I do on my channel. Link should be down in the description down there. And with that, we're going to close it out right there. Thank you guys all so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. And I will see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.